Well, I would argue that that Elon Musk kind of did the same thing, right? I mean,
100%.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think that their motivations are the same. Maybe there's some overlap there, but certainly getting into electric vehicles is something that the government is going to pump money into for the next foreseeable future, and reinvigorating space travel is something that a lot of academics, but also investors, have been pining for years, right? Because GPS. Our fucking phones, everything that we're using right now to do all of this probably at least had something to do with this early space program and us doing tests on this stuff. So
absolutely. And, some people listening probably know this, but I'll bring it up anyway. I mean, Thiel and Musk, were co-founders of PayPal together. I mean, they basically started separate payments companies. The two companies merged, and there's been a lot of. It's a really interesting. I get into this in the book. There's a rivalry. Thiel basically led a business coup that deposed Musk in 2001. There's a lot of.
It's really interesting to hear Musk talk about that now too. Is like, I didn't really agree with it. And that's it. I'm like, what the fuck? Aren't you mad? But he's a different kind of guy, right?
Well, and I think, this may be, my bias as somebody who's written a biography of Thiel, but like, I do think that shows something, because Musk is not somebody who suffers fools, right? He's somebody who, if you cross him, he'll let you know, and it can get ugly really quickly. And Thiel is one of the only people that I can think of, maybe the only person who really, went toe to toe with Musk, stabbed him in the back or maybe stabbed him in the face and kind of lived to tell, right? Musk understood that, there would be more to gain from this, this relationship if they're friends rather than enemies. And I do think you're absolutely right to see the parallel between SpaceX and Palantir and some of these other companies, and Musk's career more generally. Because of course, space, the aerospace industry has led to all these innovations, but it's directly connected to our weapons programs, and you realize that if you visit SpaceX, because you get the full. It's like you're visiting a weapons company. They have to abide by these, like, I think they're called ITAR restrictions. And so in any case, like, he definitely was. I think the two men. I think Thiel and Musk kind of were influenced by one another, and they both kind of came up with these really clever ways, honestly, to use the kind of Silicon Valley way of thinking to both, start successful companies, but also, arguably bring some, a little bit of that kind of tech energy or whatever to the defense industry.
What do you think about Elon Musk? I mean, like his behavior being erratic and stuff. I'm not sure I know that he wants to be like a cool guy and stuff and have fun with internet memes, but I'm not sure he understands the impact of some of his actions sometimes. He's like a kid with a fucking big toy or something.
I think one of the things that it's such an interesting question. I mean, he's, of course, just like a fascinating guy. He's also, journalists tend to really like him because he's, but unlike Thiel, right? He like talks to everybody. He says what he's on his mind. He's a little bit like Trump in that way, right? Like he's just, there's no kind of like subconscious, right? It's just all on his Twitter feed. And I think that has, in a lot of ways, kind of like with Trump, right? That's been part of the key to a lot of his success. I think both in terms of, the stock performance now, right? I mean, clearly there are a lot of investors who just think Elon is cool. And like part of him being cool is him being erratic on Twitter. I also think he's really underappreciated as a marketer. I mean, Tesla, of course, is there's some really important innovations there around like batteries and the way that the, software makes sure the batteries don't overheat and so on. But a lot of what Tesla is just this like amazing marketing project where Elon Musk, almost single-handedly took the dorkiest thing in the world, an electric car, and turned it into a thing that like, rich, Wall Street guys want to drive. That's cool. And I think and now is somehow taking that and transforming it into something that's like, legitimately competing with Toyota and Volkswagen, these big car companies, in the mass market. And that's, credit to his kind of marketing genius. But I think you're right? There's this tension and anybody who's followed the company a long time feels it, where like he just feels like he's like one bad tweet away from just like sinking the company or something, where like, like one crazy night of, that would be hard to come back from. And that, I think, if you're like a Tesla shareholder, is probably a little bit scary. And I'm sure there are people in the, in the Defense Department, like, U.S. Government now relies on Tesla SpaceX, his rocket company, to bring astronauts to and from the International Space Station. Right. I'm sure that we're sort of counting on SpaceX for other, weapons programs and things like that. So like, you got to think that there's concern like that, that this very important business partner is a little bit erratic. But the thing is, like, that kind of erratic quality of him is also sort of key to his success. So is
it true though that he's erratic? I mean, is it like Phil Jackson talking shit about his players in the media to get a reaction out of them? Because, if you remember not too long ago, I don't remember what year it was. You probably know better than me. I think it was like 2014 or 15 maybe. He just put the blueprints for his Tesla battery on the internet for free. And I think he was just crowdsourcing like, hey, this is a good way. Nobody's got the tools to be able to recreate this shit. So here it is. And maybe somebody's like, oh, I found out this or this or this. I don't know what his motivation was, but it did seem very calculated.
I think you're right. I think he's more rational and sort of some of this is just more of a performance than people realize. And like, this latest, people have pointed out, right? I don't know if you've been following, but, over last weekend, he tweeted this Twitter poll, which is like, I'm going to sell 10% of my Tesla stake. Do you want me to or not? And it seems like just, Elon being crazy again. But then, of course, people point out that, because of the way his options are structured, he's got this huge tax bill coming. He's going to need to sell some stock. And maybe this performance is like a way to kind of soften the blow, to sort of get away with selling some stock without, causing the share price to take a hit. So I do think you're right. Like, I think he's been, he's definitely more calculated than people give him credit for. And I think a lot of this Twitter persona, it's marketing and a lot of it is self-conscious marketing. On the other hand, it is, if you've met him, like it is him too. So it's not just a complete put on. It's not like when he's like tweeting angrily at somebody, it's not like he's not really actually mad at them. And